to another episode of Night Talk with Kia. Tonight is a little bit different than my other episodes have ever been. I usually have the guys on with me. I'm usually chatting with the guys in my Night Talk segment. But tonight, I'm actually chatting with a lady. I'm going to be spilling the tea with none other than, and I'm going to let her say it herself, Shahd. So, how are you?
I am good. I have to say I'm a little in the weather with the stupid congestion that doesn't want to go away. And the change of weather, because we're already at winter, we don't even have fall.
Oh gosh, please.
I'm not even contagious. I'm just congestion in my chest that just doesn't want to go away.
Well, she keeps saying that she's not contagious. I don't know about that. I am 110% always weary of any type of congestion. If you have allergies, I'm like, ooh, please stay away. I'm not sure about that. So I'm really, really trying to stay back from her. You hear this cough? You hear this cough?
Me.
That's clearly telling you
breathe.
There's some kind of plague in there.
No, so I've been trying to tell you that my phlegm is clear. You know, it's a little like TMI, but it's clear, which means I have nothing to pass on. It's just this annoying congestion that just doesn't go away.
She always want to get scientific with it. It's just nasty to me. It just sounds like germs.
Anyway,
So right now we are riding in the car. As usual, I'm kind of almost always riding in the car. If you ever listen to the 3 Minute Thought, you definitely know that I'm usually in the car. But right now we are heading back from having just a real chill day. Chill evening, I should say. We went out and we had some all-you-can-eat sushi, which was
at this really cool spot by my house that I never go to.
Yeah.
The last time I've been to that place was probably in 2016 with Zakia also.
It was crazy. It's alright. She been there in the past, and then now she's been there with me, so that's been pretty cool. And now we're just driving and we're riding, and I was thinking, I was like, man, I always talk with the guys, and I'm always on here with the guys, and it's usually relationship stuff, and then usually one of the guys I'm talking to is just harping on the ladies and has something crazy to talk about. But I never get the chance to just vibe and chill and have girls talk. Like, that's the type of stuff I want to do.
I feel like that's really, really important for anyone to just have that person or those people that you can just sit there and talk to about all different kind of things, all different topics, without any taboos within, the whole conversation, regardless of what it is.
I mean, that's absolutely the truth. I know that we were talking earlier about the fact that, I just got into this Instagram thing, and this amazing lady sitting next to me is actually an influencer in the game, and so it's just it's two completely different dynamics sitting right next to each other. Somebody that's just dipped her toe into the pool and somebody who is throwing full-blown pool parties. And so it's really, really interesting and amazing. So I learned a lot from her, and it's really cool. And it's just really great. So how do you feel being an influencer, and just doing your thing with Instagram? How is that for you?
I love Instagram. It has opened so many doors for me. I feel like it has changed my life a lot, and I think a lot of people can agree that social media has changed their lives. I have been there for so many years, and I feel like I've gotten so many opportunities from being on Instagram. So I really I encourage everybody to be on Instagram and to post a lot, and I'm always telling Zakia, get on there, and it's I'm so glad that she's finally on there, which I think you're going to get a lot of opportunities, and it's going to open up a lot of doors for you, and you're going to connect with so many people. And I think the best part for me is connecting with people
to hear your perspective on the whole thing. I know for me, I stayed away from it for years. I was a big person when it came to social media. I really was into all the different social media brands. If I start calling them out, then you'll realize how old I am, and I don't want to do that right now. So but I really was big into social media. Ran into some crazy times in my life, which is a topic for a whole nother episode. But it was just really interesting what was going on, and now I feel like I'm ready to jump into social media. I'm ready to see what it can do for me. Like, I hear you when you say, oh, it can change your life and all of those different things. So I'm really interested in doing that part and seeing what that's all about, because I
think social media is now becoming like mainstream media, and it's really important. And I think everybody has something to say that should be like known or heard by other people. For me, it was just like, at first, and you go through all these transitions through your life, and then I feel like I've gone through that also on my Instagram, where at first I was just like friends and family, and then I built up to courage to be more public with my life and posting and things like that. And I feel like once you reach that point, and it's like at your own pace, once you reach that level, I think you're really gonna like reap all the benefits of Instagram and social media, and connecting with so many people and like bringing them into your life and all that stuff.
Well, I'm just gonna have to see, because we talk all the time about the fact of the differences in generations, and just the generational differences in a lot of things. And I feel like even with social media, it is a generational difference that you run into. And so where you feel as though, oh man, it's this great thing that's going to change your life for the better, I just sit back and I look and I go, man, I've seen the horror stories of where it's changed people's lives for the worse. And they really wish they never seen social media before, ever. And I know that's not always the case, and so that's definitely what I'm hoping for, and that's what I'm putting out there, and I'm emanating, and I'm pushing out into the world. I am asking, believing, and I know that I'm already receiving the wonderful sides of this social media game. So,
I have heard of very few cases, but the main one, I think she was an Australian influencer. This was like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, who had all this, like, she has a lot of followers, and she was like getting paid to post on Instagram. This is before the age of the influencer actually like broke out and stuff. And then she came out and she was like, no, this is all fake and this is not real. Excuse me.
Those germs I was talking about, guys. Those germs.
But she was speaking about,
so, contagious or no? We'll find out. We will find out, won't we? Well, listen, this has been super amazing.
Yes, it has. I really enjoyed
this chat. I know that I'm kind of cutting it short a little bit early, but when you are doing podcast from your car and you are en route to your destination, the podcast just kind of ends when you've reached the location that you were searching for. And guess what? We have reached the location.
Yes, we have.
And so now this episode is over. Stay tuned. Keep on listening. Come back. Start to crave what we talking about out here so that you can get yourself a little bit of a daily dose and a fill. This has been Night Talk with Kia. Thank you for listening. Shahd, thank you for being here and chatting it up.
Thank you for having me. I really had so much fun. I hope next time I'm not really sick. when this happens. So
I know, right? Hopefully not, because I can't deal with no germs. All right, this is Night Talk with Kia, and I'm out.